So if you've been watching us for some time, you would have seen a video where Jan built us a raised bed garden. So after that, it sat for some time, and the episode you're about to watch, Bato and his friend Uma, they fill that up, and you'll see step-by-step instructions how to fill a bed using the Hugelkultur method. So you saw this being built a few weeks ago. So this is the Hugelkultur technique. What we have done, after this was built a few weeks ago, right now we added logs which have been sitting around for years, and if you look at them, they're breaking apart. And if you have logs which are that old, that's a good thing. Then on top, we're doing a layer of twigs, branches which have fallen. Instead of trying to recycle, take them somewhere, we kept it and we're adding that. As this goes on, we'll do two more layers and you'll see how that will be done. So I'm taking you to my compost piles. The compost right now is not ready. I know that, and you'll see the grass is on top and greens on the left hand side. The issue became that last year, towards the end of the season, it got a bit out of hand because it had too many leaves. So it became too tall. What we're about to do, we'll cheat our way, because I'm not about to use this raised garden right away. So I will use it for my plants. So what will happen is, as we fill those branches, and let's go and have a look again. The branches are being filled. So really what you want is, by the time you're done, a layer of 2 or 3 inches of that compost, which is not ready, but it can sit. And then we'll do 4 or 5 inches of a layer of a mix of compost and mushroom compost that has been sitting around for a couple of years. So let me show you what that looks like. We would not be able to use all the compost which is coming out from the bins. So we will put them over here. This is my soil which was pulled out from somewhere, from the house or from the yards. Not the best, but once I put compost on it and mix it, by next year it'll be ready. So now this will be my good soil. So it has that mushroom compost, and the compost that I made last year, they all mixed in. This has been sitting here from last fall. So as we do this, again, let's have a look. This is what's important. The logs, as old as possible, fresh new ones, surely you can use it. You can use anything what you want. But the older the better. Because they are becoming like sponges. And that will, part of Hugelkultur technique is to have sponges underneath, like everywhere. So when it rains or when you water, what happens is it keeps that moisture in, and that helps you. So from here, we'll go to the compost and then eventually filling this area. So look as the compost opens. So if you see over here at the bottom, on both sides, we were doing the right thing last year until actually, as I said, leaves got out of hand and I started slacking. So it's different. So look at the beauty of this. This is what you want. This is what you're looking for. This is what will keep your garden healthy. So what's about to happen from here is move everything out, mix it in front of here, use some of it in the new bin that you just saw, and we'll leave the rest for it to mature under the cover where the other soil is. So again, this is showing you how things happen in a matter of a year. The bottom is gold. So as this is pulled out, so what has gone in here? Mostly weekly, I have a lawn in front and back, which eventually, hopefully, will become all my vegetable gardens. So whatever comes out of from the grass clippings, that's in there. I have enough trees. If I think you have seen around, but let me show you again. I have huge trees. So in fall, what we do is, when the leaves fall, we shred them and they go in this pile. So if I try to look at the quality of this right now, it's a bit wet. In terms of smell, it has an earthy smell right now. It does not have a foul smell, so that's a very good thing. But I'm very sure by the time we'll come to this area, it will have a foul smell. It has a bit of grassy smell right now, but once you mix it and then that sits for some time, this is all black gold. So let's mix this. After that, we'll fill a couple of inches of this in that raised garden, and after that, we'll put the mushroom compost and mushroom soil on top. So as these gentlemen were working, we realized that, as I was mentioning earlier, that the compost on top is not ready. So the discussion happened when I was off camera that they'll take the one in the bottom, and this is where you see him filling the wheelbarrow. That is good to go, or almost good to go. So that will go in our raised garden right now. Anything which is green, that's not done. So that will go on top of that brown soil on the side. Whatever you see over here is a lot. Yes, it's not done, but let it sit for another month or so. I'll have to keep an eye on it to cover properly, and then also make sure that there's enough moisture, because this has been mixed today. I don't think I need to mix it again, but we'll see. This is again part of learning. So you see the gentleman working so hard that wherever he sees it's not ready, he's taking it out. Whatever is in that wheelbarrow is black gold already. So the first layer of almost done mulch, again I'll say it's almost done, might not be totally done, but we're fine, is about to go in the raised garden. And see the hard work. And here we go. So we're trying to achieve 2 or 3 inches of this, and wherever there are spaces, because they are twigs, we can fill them. So by the time we bring our good soil, that does not go all the way down. I think this will work. So let's see. Let's see how it's working out. So let's see the magic. See, Baro is almost like that salt guy, whatever his name is. Salt B. Baro has been a lot of help over the years. He's a good man. What I might do as we fill this, I might bring water and do a layer of water before we do soil, but we still have spaces where we need to fill them with that I forgot the name. Mulch, not mulch, compost. So it's coming along very nicely. So let me go and get the hose. So once Bado fills this side, we put some water in it so it settles down, and then see, do we need more compost, or can we go with our soil next? So let's see. So if I pan from where I am, if you see over there the huge trees, and I'm coming over here, this is where we're filling that bed. You see my shed there, and if you go over here, you'll see trees everywhere. A question to be asked, why am I doing it when it's mostly shaded? And I have a reason for it. Region 6A, where I live, it does get decently hot during summer and a lot of sun. During summer, some of the fall crop, like the lettuces and the spinaches of the world, they start bolting very quickly. So my hope is, and this is an experiment that I'm doing, that over here I can do, starting next year, a leaf crop, which is really fall crop in summer. And my hope is that from this side, this is where my sun sets. So it's around afternoon right now, or early evening. And over here where the sun starts, is typically covered by first the tree, and in this case covered by the shed. Since we're done, Bado will add some water, and we'll try to see how much it sinks. After we learn how much it sinks, we'll figure out, do we need more of this, or we should go to the soil. Let me remind you one thing: even when I do 3 or 4 inches of soil and the soil will come all the way to the top, this will settle down a lot next year. This is just the way it goes. It would not compact. Again, the reasoning being, we just did not put soil. There's a lot of material which has gone in here, and that helps. One of these gardens, this was raised again this year. You could see this one in my strawberry video. This was raised this year. Again, this has gone down good 3 to 4 inches. The same thing will keep on happening here. So as we fill it, he's getting an idea that are we doing the soil or we need more compost. So let's see. As Bada does it, let's wait for a few minutes and then we'll see. So my expectation was that some of this will sink down more. It did not, but I know that it will eventually. And we did find a bit of plastic, so let's take it out. So we're about to put the topsoil over here. As I said, I'm not about to use this right away, and rains will happen in July and September. It's probably around September I'll start putting things in here. So I have some time for it to settle down. And by that time, if it happens that if it has settled down far too much, I'll just add that topsoil again. So as Bado and his friend, they move that mushroom soil. My hope was to get 4 inches, but I think it'll be like 2.5, 3 inches right now. But the weight of everything will to a point that will be good in a month or two. So this is real heavy lifting. They filled the wheelbarrow, and this is industrial strength wheelbarrow. So it has a lot of weight on it. And now this is my topsoil which is going in. It also has some mix of, I had wood chips sitting around next to it. So some mixed in there, nothing wrong. And again, you'll see a bit of looks like sand because these were 2 different soils that I bought. One was mushroom compost, and I've been told most of the time that putting too much mushroom compost might be a bit too much for some of the plants. So I mixed it with a regular black topsoil, which was a bit sandy. And then with that was mixed my own compost from last year. So as Bada fills this, I'll show you the quality of it with my hand so you'll have a general idea. But now you see that the bed is coming along nicely. Everybody will think that how much soil it has gone in it. You saw 2 wheelbarrows of my compost. I think it's 1 wheelbarrow right now. It might be 2 wheelbarrows of the soil. It's not too much. The magic is in the bottom with the twigs and with the stumps. So we added the topsoil. Bada is adding more water again. We just did 1 whole wheelbarrow. Actually, it was, which will be really regular wheelbarrow and a half, but it's not enough. We would not be able to fit more right now. So he's just cleaning the area. And the thought is that in the next few months, when it rains, it should settle down. So before I plant, our thinking is that we might have to top it again with a couple of inches. But for the timing, it's done. And have a look how simply, how beautiful it looks already. Add some flowers, add some greens, and you have a wonderful garden. This is all it takes. So do watch part 1 where Jan built it. And this is part 2 where Bado filled it, and Bado and his friend actually. A lot of hard work in both the videos. All I did was stand around and take a video, so no hard work from me. But thank you for watching. Do watch our next episode, and do like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much.